So 3 years back, Ronaldo got a lot of backlash for the comment he gave on teachers.
Which not necessarily all that you would desire, and I understand that. But nevertheless, I don't think that anywhere in the world that people go into teaching expecting to become millionaires and make money. If you want to do that, you do other things. If you want to do teaching, it's because you want to make a contribution to the welfare of the society and its growth, and you've done that very, very well. This Institute for
Yes. Now I don't really understand why you people should insult Ronaldo for this comment, because what he was saying was nothing but the truth, the bitter truth, and he's not actually referring to teachers, even though he emphasized on teachers who can't be billionaires because of the work they do. Okay, it's like you being a teacher is like giving back to the society. Okay, teaching society how to develop skills and work on their own. So there are a lot of people who teaches and their students become richer than them. It is normal, and this one doesn't even go to teachers alone. It goes out to a lot of middle class workers. I mean, nurses, teachers, and people receiving salary somewhere around from 1,000 Ghana cedis to 2,000, sometimes 3,000. Okay, and it doesn't really depend on the amount that you make. Okay, there are lots of people who give excuses for the kind of amount they make, and when you ask them, they'll tell you that, oh, when they receive like 5,000 Ghana cedis or 6,000 Ghana cedis, they would have make life better for themselves. It's because of the salary. Now things are expensive. They give out all sort of flimsy excuses to remain poor, or why they have remained poor. But I think what the truth of the matter is that they lack financial discipline. Okay, this world, when it comes to economics states it clear that human beings' wants are unlimited. You can give someone 10,000 Ghana cedis and he's still going to blow the money and give flimsy excuses that when he was receiving 20,000 Ghana cedis, they would have made life better for themselves. All right, so enough of the excuses and enough of the financial indiscipline. There are a lot of times where nurses and teachers go strike for their salaries to be increased, and when they increase their salary a few years back, they will still come back telling you that inflation and prices of goods and commodities are going up, and that they want an increment of their salary. The thing is that they will continue to increase your salary and you are still going to blow the money and come back to class 1 because of financial indiscipline. How do you spend your money? When money comes to your hand, how well do you manage it? Where does your money go? Do you have a data or to analyze where your spending actually goes? What is actually taking your money out from you? That is the main thing that you should focus on, rather than blaming it on the government or blaming it on the work that you are doing. Let me tell you this, that when you are a worker, you should respect the work that you do and you should have love for it. I know that in our system here in Ghana, there are lots of people doing work based on hunger. They are not doing it because they love it, they are doing it because of their stomach. All right, or because there are not enough jobs available, that's why they are doing. So let's get back to the nurses and the teachers. You see, when nurses go on strike that they want an increment for their salary, and by God's grace they increase their salary, they think that it is the blessings of God. And there is a saying that a fool and his money is one big party. So whilst their salaries are increased, they also increase their spending. A rational nurse who probably stays in a single room, who have received an increment in his salary, will probably move from a single room to a chamber and hall, because he thinks that God has blessed him enough to upgrade his status. So he will move from a single room to a chamber and hall, and know for sure that when you rent a chamber and hall, you are going to pay more money as compared to you staying in a single room, and you are still going to buy furnitures to accommodate both your chamber and the hall. You see, so you are going to actually spend money to accommodate all these things, and at the end of the day you will still come back to zero, because you won't be able to cope up with the living in staying in a chamber and hall house. You are going to buy new dresses, you are going to live new life, you'll be going to church, you will increase your tithes, and you see all these things will come back and hurt your money because of financial indiscipline. When you get a lot of money, know how to spend it wisely. That is what is killing a lot of government workers, especially the middle class. Once you increase their salary, they will stop buying the gobe, they will stop buying the rice, they will stop buying the little things that were keeping their body and soul together, and they will, upgrade themselves to spending, money on luxurious goods and buying junk foods to be precise. Okay, you see, financial indiscipline is killing us. Instead of investing wisely, the best advice for you is that when you increase your salary, when you're a monthly, salary earner, okay, once your salary is increased, find ways and means to find a side hustle. Stop making excuses that your job is taking most of your time. I know that most jobs in Ghana start from 8 and 5, so when you close from work around 7, you won't be able to venture into new stuff and that. But see, you can allow your money to work for you. There are government bonds, there are a lot of bank investments where you can go and invest the money wisely. There are stocks where you can buy stocks. Don't look at it in the near future, invest in a long term run. Okay, when you're investing money, look for it to aid that. Okay, let me look at this from a 10 years or 20 years time to come. How am I going to establish this business within this period of time? You should be looking at it from a long run. There are people who wants to eat today and forget about tomorrow. So when they want to invest, they are thinking of, oh, within 2 years, how much will this thing pay me? Rather than thinking about the next 20 or the next 30 years, they'll be thinking about the next 6 months and the next 1 year. You shouldn't give excuses. You should take that risk on. When they increase your salary, find investment. Allow your money to work for you. If you can't work for yourself, you can go for bank loans and buy a taxi. Better still, buy a car and use it for hail riding. Okay, if it is the Uber, the Yango and stuff like that, you can use these cars for this business, and it's still going to make some income to you as a side hustle. Rather than going to stay in a chamber and whole house, you can build a container for your front there, and be selling something small to keep up and use it as a side hustle. There are a lot of teachers, there are a lot of government workers, especially people in the middle class, who only get to build their house when they are going for pension, because they need to give them a lot of money to build those houses. But hey, is that the best advice? Is that the logic advice? And there are some people who don't even build at all. I'm not saying that when you're not able to build a house, you're a complete failure. But hey, it's feeling like you are a complete failure, because as a rational human being, that these are the basis of things that you can or you must afford before you even leave this world. Okay, building a house and making a better life is all part of the human activities. So you should stop blaming it on flimsy excuses and find ways and better means to establish yourself better. Find some side hustle, and you can make it. Once you have it in mind, you can make it. You should be self-manipulated. I was sitting there today and this thing came in mind. I don't make researches for these videos. Okay, so if you still doubt it, it's up to you. Okay, but at the end of the day, this thing will go around and it will still come back and hit you hard in the face. This is 22 Miles. Kindly subscribe to my channel to become part of this beautiful family. Until then, peace out.